Hi guys, very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to the video number 378. My name is Ajay, and in this video today we are going to we're going to make another pretty awesome, very long formula in the arrays using the Excel arrays. And as you can see on your screen, we're going to use the mid function, we are going to use the row function, offset function, large function, if error, and this is a new function conct, which I'm going to actually share it with you. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it seems like a concatenate function, and it's not exactly, it doesn't work like the concatenate, but especially in the arrays, but it's a very useful function. I'll tell you the use of this function also, and of course we will be using the index function as well. Now I'm going to upload this video in an attempt to answer the query. I got it from Jackie Chavla, one of my subscribers. He has pasted this query. Let me show you. That's what actually he's written. My question was that I want to reverse. Actually, he was asking something, and I was asking him, about a little more explanation. So that's why he has commented this back. So let me just show you the comment. That's what actually he has written. My question was that I want to reverse the number 1 to 3 to 3 to 1 using array formula in one cell. As I enter the number in the cell, it will reverse the number. I tried using mid length row column large function, but I can't get the answer. So he tried his best, and he's a regular follower of my channel as also, and puts up very good questions. So guys, what we want to do is actually in this video I'm going to make an array function without any VBA, because with the VBA also it is very easy, but in the arrays it is going to be a little technical, little advanced. As I was showing you, so many formulas we are going to use. So what we want is we want to reverse the order. So the output has to be FEDCBA, and not only on this, it should work in any of the format, right? So these are the steps I have written for you so that you can practice. You open your workbook and first you watch this video. After watching the video, read these steps and try to make the formula by yourself, because arrays are very complex. They're not so easy to write initially, but once you have a good hold on that, I mean, you will feel very easy while working with the arrays. And the good part is that you can make pretty awesome formulas with the arrays. You can do a lot of stuff which you can't do with the normal functions, even with the other complex functions, right? So let us start this. And for those who are watching the channel for the first time, I welcome all of you. Warm welcome to all of you. And I want to tell you that in this channel you will find Access, VBA, Excel, and Excel VBA videos. Beginner level videos, intermediate level videos, and advanced level videos. You can see these are the 44 different playlists which are right now on your screen, right? So you scroll it down and you'll find here a lot of Excel VBA, and Access VBA stuff. Now guys, in order to understand what I'm going to actually do is, because this is not really the basic video, you should actually watch two videos which I want to just show you. Go to this Excel arrays most powerful formula in this series. This is the series which I started long time back. There are 20 videos here, 20 different formulas, 20 different exercises for you. So you have a lot of scope in case if you want to take a deep dive into the arrays, you want to really learn them. But before you do that, you just need to understand. You should watch this 334 video if you are a beginner, if you do not have any idea about the arrays. This is the first part, and then there is another part too, this video number 358, and here I have explained the offset and the row function, which I'm not going to explain in this video. So first go ahead, make yourself comfortable with these two videos, and then you can come back, right? So let us start this immediately. So the first thing which I want to do is, now you see that you have A, B, C, D, E, F. So actually the position of the A, or as a matter of fact, any text you write, it always starts with the first position, and then you have second position, third position, and then fourth, and then fifth and sixth. In this case we have 6 characters, so I'll stop at 6. Now what we want to do is, we're going to reverse this order like this: 6 5 and then 4 3 2 1. Now once we are going to reverse this order, we will use the mid function, and we will tell, go in this text and start your calculation, start extracting the value from the 6th position, and stop and return the 1 character. So what will happen, you will get the F, because in this text the 6th position is the F, and then similarly it will go in the 5th position, and then extract 1 character. You will have E, and then D, and then C, and then B, and then A, and then you're going to join them using the that concat function. Okay, so that's what exactly we want to do. Now the first step, which is that create the 1 2 3 etc series, because you never know how many values you need in this the series, because it depends completely upon the text you are handling. For example, right now you need 1 2 3 4 5 6. So how are you going to create that? You will use the offset function. You don't have any idea about the offset function, then please go and check Excel playlist offset. There is a playlist Excel offset function, and I have talked about this offset function in a very detail. I have talked about this offset function using the height and the width, and without height and the width, everything is discussed in very detail. So you can go and check out that video, right? So now what we are going to do is we're going to form this 1 2 3. So how we do that? You take the reference of any cell which is on the first row. You can take A1, B1, C1, whatever, but you should take a cell which returns a row number 1, right? So I'm gonna just on this J1, and then I'll start my series from there. So that is why I'm going to put the row and the column as 0 and 0. Then we will actually write how many rows we need in that table. That's why we're going to use the height. Now the height is how many rows you need. Well, I need the row 1 for A and 2 for B and then 3 for C and so on. So I obviously need the 6. You can write here 6, not a problem. But the thing is, guys, you would like to drag this formula in the downward direction if you have some more items, and you're going to take care of that, the dynamic nature of the formula. So obviously you can't write 6 because right now I have 6 characters, but maybe in the another cell I have, I can have 5 characters, 10 characters. So you should use the length function, which is going to give you the length of this. So obviously the length function returns the number of the characters, and you will get here 6. So in this way we're gonna make this function dynamic. Now what is the next thing? Now the next thing is that the width. So what is the width? So well, the width is nothing. It's just a one table. So I'm just gonna write here 1, right? Now you press Control Shift Enter, because arrays are always entered as a Control Shift Enter. Now I'm gonna show you the output. Look at this. So we have here created actually 6 zeros. Let me just paste the output here, right? Now this is your output, guys. Now you created 0 0 0 0 0, and they are actually from J1. So basically what is happening from the J1, it's going down. This and this, all these cells are coming. So obviously if you just go ahead and use the row function, for example, if I just want to find the row number of J1, I'm gonna get the row number of J1 as 1, and when you drag it, you're gonna get this 1 2 3 4 5 6. And this is the same technique actually we are going to use here, because this is the array. So I will use this function right before the offset, and when you press Control Shift Enter, you get to see here a new series which is actually going to be 1 2 3 4 5 6, and that is what I wanted. So I've just copied this, and I'm gonna actually put this here. Let me paste this actually the output. So this is the output. Now you got the 1 2 3 4 5 6, and now what we need to do, the step 2, we will have to rearrange this series in the descending order. In the descending order means the the last item, the bigger item, has to come first, and that is the only way you can reverse the order, right? So in order to do that, let me just first of all copy this table and the formula, and then just paste the formula here. I Control Shift Enter, and now what you will do, you will use the large function, right? So large function it is going to operate in this table, which is going to give you 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then what you want is the kth element. So do you want the first largest, second largest, third largest? Which largest number do you want? Now if I write here 6, then obviously I will get the 6 as answer. I'm sorry, if I just write here 1, then I will get the 6. Why? Because in this table 1 2 3 4 5 6, the first largest number is 6, and if I write here 2, which is the kth parameter, you will get to see here 5, and so on, right? But you don't need actually that. You do not need only 6 or 5 or 4 or 3 or 2 or 1. You need the series. You want to really change the pattern of it. So what you're going to do is you're going to have here a function called, again, the same function, which is row offset, because you remember the row offset function actually returns what? It returns 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? So I'm simply going to use the same function again. So we're going to have this length of f2. You can also actually copy the formula, not unnecessarily you need to write this. Now when you press enter, look at this, guys. If I press F9, wow, this is wonderful. Now what happened, if you let me first paste the output. Now actually what is happening, and the curtains is that when you have this 1 2 3 4 5 6, the table, here you're going to apply the large function. So in this table, what you're saying, again using the same parameter. So basically you're using this first for the table and then for the kth parameter. So what happens in this table, the first largest number is going to be picked up, which is obviously going to be 6. So you will have here 6, and then again in the same table the second largest number is going to be picked, which is going to be 5, and then 4, and then 3, and then 2. So it is actually changing the order, and that is why you're seeing here 6 5 4 3 2 1. Now once you have that, you got to use the mid function, because now you need the these values. You want to extract this f e d c b a. So you're going to use the mid function. I hope you know the mid function. If you do not know the mid function, no worries, go to the channel, find out the playlist Excel text functions, and there you have a video on the mid function, right? So I go in the text, and in this text now I'm going to start the number. Now what is going to be my number? Well, number is going to be obviously this, the function which I have prepared. So first of all, I should actually copy this, and now you're going to use here the mid function. You start the mid function, go in the text, and start number has to be this. Remember, this function returns 6 5 4 3 2 1. So one by one your search will start. First it goes in the 6th character, then 5th character, then 4th, and then 3rd, and then 2nd, and then the 1st character. And then after going there, what you want to do, because this is the start number where we are using this large function, once it starts, I want the 1 character be returned from there. So that means if it starts from the 6th character, I want it to return a 1 character from there, which obviously would look like this. You can see here. Perfect. Now you have here FEDCBA, right? So what you can do is, let me just copy and paste the function here. Okay. Now once you have this the text in the reverse order, you would like to join it. So recently I found I found actually a new formula in Excel 2016. I'm not sure whether this is in 2013, 10 or 7, but you can give it a try. And in case if you don't have this function, no worries, I'm going to give you one more solution. So what happens with this FEDCBA, if I just copy this function and I go here and I press equals to, and I press Ctrl Shift Enter, if you have to join it, generally what we use the concatenate function. So I was looking for this concatenate function, but the concatenate function doesn't work in the arrays like this, right? So what I did is I used this UNCAT, and I think this is a recently introduced function. It might be in 2013, but I'm not really sure. You can try on that. So use this concatenate a list or range of strings. So this is especially to concatenate, to join the range where you have the text. So I'm just going to use this concatenate. I close the bracket and I press Ctrl Shift Enter, and there we go. So simple, guys. You have this function, right? Now you're going to copy this function and you're just going to put it somewhere. Maybe you can put it here. So if I just put the function here, and I just press equals to, you can see here that I got the answer, right? And if you want to drag this function, or maybe in the upper side, for example, I write here something. I'm going to write here this as well, for example. Now if I just want to see that if this function works in these 3 items also on dragging it, first of all we'll set up all the things. So I'm going to actually freeze this J1, because if you're going to drag this down, it is going to make the J2, and the reference will start from the J2, and then instead of getting 1 2 3 4 5 6, you will get 2 3 4 5 6 and so on, and that is going to be very harmful, because that's not going to actually give you the results. Similarly, you're going to freeze this J1 as well, and length of F2 will remain as it is, because I think we are good on the F2 part. So that's it. And now I just drag it. Let me see if it is going to work or not. IFEHJ. Wow, I'm just loving it. This is cool. And there we go. You have YAJA. Perfect. Very nice, right? Now let us go ahead and let us create a sheet, and I come back to my question, just in case if you don't have this concat function, then what you can do. Or maybe just for the learning perspective, you should know the another way, also how we can use the index function. So now this is your output, and I'm just going to delete that. And so now you have FEDCBA. Now guys, what we need to do is, if you know the index function, right, what index function does, index function always goes and check in the table the row number and the column number. So in this is the table. So if you write the index function and if you tell index function go to the row number 1 and pick up the column number 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4, keeping the row number as 1, what will happen? You will have F, you will have E, you will have D and C and so on. If you do not know anything about the index function, please go ahead and check the Excel index function, right? I have discussed that function as well in detail, and it is from the very scratch, right? Now before you actually write the index function, what you need to do, you need to remove these semicolons because that's not going to work, right? So in order to remove this, what you will do, you will simply remove the the transpose function. You will write the transpose function. So I just copied this output over here and I'm just going to write the transpose function and then write the formula here and close the bracket. And now you're going to press F9. I'll show you the difference. What will happen, you see that all the semicolons are converted into comma. This is how the output looks like. Okay, so here I'm going to say that remove the semicolons and using the transpose function. Okay, that's what you need to do. And in fact, in this particular example, you don't have to do anything. You just to use the concatenate function. That's it. That's a different way. Okay, so now you have this series. So what you're gonna do is now basically you have to move this function left to right and in that way. So what we will do is we're going to use this function. I'm just going to copy this function. I'm gonna write this function here, for example, and I just press equals to, Control Shift Enter. Now what you will do, because you know that this table actually shows F, E, D, C, B, A, everything. We need the F part only, and if I drag it left to right, I want the E and then D, and then we're gonna join them, right? That's how I'm gonna build this function. Okay, or maybe you can do one thing, instead of putting the function here, we can actually copy the function and we can copy this function and we can put it here. Okay, so I'm just maybe here you can put the function equals to, Control V and press enter, and let us go ahead and freeze the offset part, the J1 part, and F2 would remain as it is. In this case obviously it is going to be F1 because I'm first going to use this on Ajay, and let me press Control Shift Enter. Okay, we will have to see what's wrong with this. Yeah, so you got to make this as well F1. Okay, so you have it F1, and here also you got to change this to F1. I'm just changing the reference, and as you can see here, the answer here is YAJA. Perfect. What we need to do is I'm going to use the index function. This array will be this entire table, which is going to give me, which is giving me actually is a YAJA, and then the row number would be 1, and the next parameter, which is this column number, it is going to be 1. But in order to move it left to right, I want then the column number to change to 2 and 3 and so forth, so on. And so that is why I'm going to use the A1 over here, because column A1 will return me the 1, and that is what I'm going to use in the index column as 1. The moment you move it left to right, you will have a new column which is called B1 and then C1 and so on. So your column number will keep on changing. So basically you are saying that in the table YAJA, first pick up the the first item, and then pick up the second item and third item having their row number as 1, because row number will remain 1, right? So you just write this and let us drag this and let us see if we're getting the value here. All right, so we're not getting the value, and I know the reason, because when you're going to move this left to right, F1 will also change. So keep your F1 as $F1, and here also you're going to change this as $F1, and here also you're going to change this as $F1. So I guess we are good with this, and column A1 will certainly, we don't have to freeze it because it has to be B1 on moving left to right. And I guess we are done. Let me just copy this and paste it here. Wow, perfect, right? So you can see here, you just copy this and paste it and you will get the answer, right, like this. So for all the errors, no worries, we can put the function if error and the things will be sorted out. So let me just hide this. Let's have some space. I want to show you this. Yeah, that's how the formula is going to work. And So now I just want to write here obviously the if error function. You write the if error function, and for any error just have the space, Control Shift Enter, and I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. You can paste it to the maximum value, to that covering that value, considering that value into your calculation, which has the maximum number of characters, right? So that's how, this is how the formula is gonna look like. Now I'm gonna drag this function. Let us see if we can get the output or not. So if I just drag this, I get to see here all the values. Wow, this is pretty awesome, right? Now what you can do is, obviously here you can concatenate them. So you're going to join the concatenation. You start from this H1 and then select all these cells one by one, I1 and then J1 and comma and then K1 and then L1 and then M1, right? So you can drag this, and that's how guys you can make this pretty awesome formula. So here your result will go, and here you will have all the dragging function basically is going to work. So that's your formula. Basically you can see here, I'm just gonna actually remove this equals to sign for you, and of course you can hide it from the user because user doesn't have to see that formula, right? So or maybe I can do one thing. Let me just copy the formula and show you right over here. So equals to this function. Let's just remove this equals to sign, and I'm gonna cut this and I'm gonna put this here. That's the function. You can see here this entire function. Pause the video and check out this, right? And similarly I go back to the sheet 1, and here as usual I'm going to press remove this equals to sign so that you can see the formulas and you can practice on it. That's how you have the formula in front of you. Let me just align them in a proper way. So yeah, that's your function, and these were basically the outputs. So I'm just going to copy them, and or maybe I can just reduce furthermore, and I can put them maybe I can put them here. These were the outputs actually of all these steps, right? Once we did the concatenation, you know what happened. We got this we got this FEGCBA, right? So this is for the step 1. This is step 2 output. If you press F9, and if you press F9 on the third step, which means on this formula, this is what you will get. I'm trying to give you all the things so that you should be easily able to work on these functions. This is the first, second, third, and fourth. So that's it for now guys, and thank you so much for your question, my dear subscriber, and keep posting your comments, and anything you didn't understand, please let me know about it, and we'll come back with some another exciting very soon. Thank you so much and have a fantastic learning, and guys don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much.